Hi, this is William Blau with another smart profit maximizing moment. It's Friday. I hope everybody has a good weekend. I'll be working tomorrow, but if you're like most small business owners, you will be open on Saturday. Anyways, today we're going to talk about 5 steps to a lucrative marketing process no matter what industry you're in. Again, my name is Wayne Bilal. I'm the creator of the Smart Profit Maximizing System and the founder of my own CPA firm. Been working with small business owners for the last, since the mid 70s, on my own since 91. Also have a blog that I've created and have tons of information in there since 2010. Anyways, let's talk about the 5 steps to lucrative marketing. There's tons of books on this subject, tons of information, but I can basically summarize them in 5 steps. Okay, the first thing is developing a great answer to the following question. Out of all the options the prospect has for solving the problem, including doing nothing, why should they buy from you? This is a Dan Kennedy question, and like I've said before, if you don't read any of his stuff or follow him, you should. He's definitely a thought leader in the entrepreneurial area. Okay, so the question really comes down to, out of all really it's simple. Why you? Why should people buy from you? You need to be able to answer that, okay? Without that answer, your marketing campaign is going to be mediocre at best. You need to know why they buy from you. What do you have to offer? I could spend quite a bit of time and have spent quite a bit of time on that one subject, and it makes a huge difference. I'll give you an example. I was working on this question with B&K Medical, which I've mentioned before, sells medical supplies. We opened the websites for themselves and 2 others in Dallas and said, look at them and tell me what's different. And they all did pretty much the same thing. Name was different, location was different, but they sold the same stuff, pretty much said the same thing, satisfaction guaranteed, independence at any age, whatever. So we added one thing to be different. One of their main customers, and this is where you're talking to your customers, is a caregiver. A caregiver is somebody who's taking care of the older person. They're the ones that make, in the vast majority of times, they're the ones making the decision. So we changed their message to being, they created a caregiver corner blog. They had a caregiver corner meeting. We put it on their website. So now if I open those 3 websites and I'm a caregiver, which one speaks to me? That's what I'm talking about, providing a why in your marketing message, okay? 2, determine who your ideal customer is. Who is most likely to buy this product? You should be able to paint a verbal picture of your ideal customer and be able to answer 1, what motivates them to buy. 2, what problems are they trying to solve? Very, very important. All of these really are. 3, what are they most worried about? 4, what are their hopes and dreams and how can your product help reach them? And 5, what else should I know about them? All right. This is very, very important when you're selling. You need to know your customers. All right. Had a restaurant. I told you the caregiver corner story I just told you. The customer really wasn't the end user. It was the caregiver that was actually taking care of the older person. They're the ones that we directed our message to. In a restaurant, sat down and created pictures and actually wrote out who was their ideal customer. The older couple that comes after church, the younger people that come on Friday night to have the margaritas, on and on, the lunch crowd, and designed their strategy specifically for them. The third thing you need to know then is, what's the best way to reach them? Can I get their email, cell number, address, telephone number, direct mail, pick up the phone and call them? Do I know where they hang out, what shows they watch, what radio stations? Yeah, that's kind of an old question now. Everybody's listening to their own thing. And what websites they visit. All right, you need to know these kind of things. Where is your ideal customer? So we started off with why. Why should they buy from you? What do you offer? Who's your ideal customer and where do they hang out? The 4th thing, and then finally, is when you know those 3 things. I'm covering something that I did in a course, in an 8-week course that I prepared and sold and taught in like 5 minutes, 8 minutes. So each one of these you got to get into some detail, but this is the guts of every successful marketing plan. So once I know why they should come to me and put that in my message, who my ideal customer is and what's the best way to reach them, now I'm finally ready to plan and create my campaign. That's not how it usually works. People come in and say, I need do some advertising, some marketing, so they just throw something out thinking they know what they're doing. If you don't put those foundations in, you're in trouble. So finally, now that I have the foundation, I can sit down and write the advertising copy, remembering why they should buy from me, who they are, All right, who the ideal customer is. So I'm talking to them. You should have somebody in your mind when you're writing this stuff. And what's the best way to reach them? I know where to put the message now. Determine what media is most efficient and effective way to reach them. We talked about that in 3. Make a commitment to stick with the campaign for at least 6 months. That's a problem a lot of people do. They don't stick long enough. All right, it takes a while. It takes anywhere from 7 to 15 touches before the client even starts to, the customer or prospect, let's call them a prospect, they're not even a customer yet, before the prospect even starts to remember you. Think about it, you're bombarded every day with marketing messages. You got to stick out somehow, and you got repetition is where you're going. Always measure results and test against benchmarks. Adjust as required. If you can't measure it, you probably shouldn't do it. I don't like marketing campaigns that are designed just to get your name out there. All right, if you're large enough, when we were Magnolia Coca-Cola products was large enough to do that kind of image marketing. You're not. You need to do guerrilla marketing. As a matter of fact, if you don't have it, that's a book you should go get, Guerrilla Marketing, because you don't have the money to fight the big guys. So you have to do guerrilla warfare. You basically have to take the low-cost, simple things that you can do that work. Okay. 5, automate the process so that it occurs even when you're busy. That's a hard one in today's world where content marketing is important. You know, it's got to be you. It's a lot of times, but the rest of it can be outsourced. 5, finally, outline and plan the follow-up process that will occur after the sale. Go back to yesterday's where I talked about the lifetime value of a customer. The lifetime value of a customer could jump from $5,000 to $35,000 easily if I had a follow-up plan with upsells and cross-sales, okay? So you need to have that plan outlined, all right? This is where the real money-making opportunity is. Most of your marketing cost lies in getting the customer to make that first purchase. I don't know how accurate this number is because it's about 10 years old, but McDonald's lost about 20 cents on every customer the first time they came through because of all their marketing and everything. So it was important for them to get you to come back, as simple as that. Matter of fact, they lost money if you didn't upsell, all right? If you didn't you want fries with that? You want a Coke? You know, if you just came in and got their dollar special or whatever the heck they're running that day, they lost money. But they knew they could probably upsell it. Remember, your main goal should be to make the first sale the first of many sales, all right? Look, I covered a ton in here. It's Friday and we're swamped. I got an appointment, so we're moving awfully fast, and this is a shorter one than normal. So I apologize, but anyways, until Monday, and that's next time. Until next time, let's make this your most profitable year ever. Thank you very much.